Hi guys, Chris here with Super Savvy Travelers. Today I wanted to go over some things which, I like to stay light and fluffy on the channel always if we can. However, there are some things that are the unfortunate realities that can come in and really just torpedo your Italian dream, and we really don't want that, and especially if we know we can do something to help with that. So just to let you know, I'm a member of a lot of groups on social media, and what I look for are things that I think will be of interest to you, that you might find important and needful if you're purchasing a property or renovating or any of those things. So today I came across an unfortunate couple who purchased a property, I forget where, but it was really not a good scene. They bought this property, it had been renovated in the 90s, and unfortunately was abusive, meaning there was no permits to take on the work. So what the seller did was went to a crooked geometra, false information, and represented it as a non-abusive when in fact it was. Now, the problem with abusive properties where there's no permits are many. First of all, it's not all that unusual in Italy to have somebody put an extra room or a bathroom or something like that in without permits. It's illegal, you can't do that, and the penalties can be severe. Apparently, part of the reasoning is that they don't have to pay taxes on another room, whatever. To me, just go legal. It's just always going to be better. So that's a little caveat for you guys when you're doing renovations. Make sure anything that needs to be permitted gets permitted, because good luck selling your house if it's got abusive stuff on it. Now, this particular couple has two options. Number one, they can go in and rip down all of the unpermitted works, and then they'll have to fix up the house as it was prior to the renovations, but nobody wants that. Obviously, improvements are called improvements for a reason. Secondly, they can go down to the Comune and they can find out exactly how much it costs, or if it's even possible to retroactively get the works permitted, provided they were done correctly, and pay the stiff penalty that is involved when you go to do something like that, or when they find out about that. Another thing about abusive properties, if they find out, they're going to fine you and they're going to make you rip it out. So obviously they filed a lawsuit. They apparently had some sort of agreement with the seller where they haven't paid all the money yet, so they can hold on to that last bit of money, and that gives them some leverage. But the lawsuits in Italy, they don't go fast, and I think they can be extremely frustrating. So the best thing to do is avoid it at all costs. So looking at something like that, I always go, okay, what would we do to avoid a situation such as that? Now, there was a coordinated effort between the geometra and the seller, which was fraud, okay? Now, unfortunately, with these criminals, a lot of times they don't have any money because they're criminals and they don't hold on to it. And so you're trying to get blood from a turnip if you go and sue them. In any case, it's not something you want to be involved in. So the first thing we recommend is make sure that you get the floor plans for the house before you go to the notaio, okay? Take those floor plans, walk through the house, make sure they are exact. Then when you get to the notaio is going to give you floor plans, and you're supposed to look at it and go, yes, this is the house I'm buying. So if there's a closet on the floor plans that you saw first and not on the ones from the notaio, you stop everything. Now you'll be told, oh, you can't stop once you get in. You don't want to make the notaio angry. Well, the notaio is there to make sure that you're protected. So yes, you can. If there's any discrepancy, any question, anything that looks weird, once you get into the notaio office, obviously you want to do your due diligence before that, you can stop everything and get those questions or issues resolved prior to signing, and I would recommend doing that. Now, another thing that this protects you from is from agents who are not honest. I've seen several examples where somebody said, well, I got in the house and my garden was supposed to be part of it, but I see on the act that it's not. It belongs to somebody else. Well, guess what? Your agent lied to you, and you didn't look at the floor plans at the notaio's office, because if you did, you would have seen there's no garden, and your question should have been, where's the garden? Now make sure you also get a translator that you fully trust. If you get a translator that's working for the agent and somehow they're both dishonest, you can be taken in. Those are the caveats on that. The floor plans are very, very important. Secondly, hire your own architect, engineer, geometra, whoever, professional person. Have them go to the Comune and pull the permits to make sure that they match everything that's being said. Now, a professional person like GeoMetro or an architect will know how to do that. Make sure you choose them or you get a trusted source to recommend them. Now, finally, if you want to be absolutely sure, and let's say you're buying a property that has a lot of improvements and it's a big chunk of money, I would hire an attorney to do all those things for you. And of course, we always recommend Nick Mehta at Studio Legale Mehta because they are extremely thorough and they've always done right by our clients. Now, here's another thing. Don't let your emotions run away from you. I know I'm singing to the choir on this, but don't think things like, hey, this was meant to be, or, oh, it's the universe giving me a sign. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be hard, be analytical, look for reasons not to buy, and then get all of those reasons and issues explained fully so you go, okay, I understand, and I'm good. Be very, very diligent. Now, I will give you a caveat. The vast, vast majority of the professionals that we have found have been wonderful. The agents we work with are great, but there's a couple in our area that are not licensed and they are doing work illegally and they are representing themselves as something they're not. You do have to be careful about that. If somebody comes to you, ask for their license, make sure it's up to date and make sure it's current. Secondly, understand that an agent in his or her position is trying to sell you a house. Don't take architectural advice from them. Always double check. It's easy to do, it doesn't cost very much money, and the penalties can be bad if you get sucked into something. So again, the vast majority of the people that we've found, with a handful that are not good, have been wonderful. Unfortunately, these other ones give the rest of them a bad name and make it so that we have to do all kinds of crazy things because we cannot trust. So it's best to be diligent, be diplomatic with your agent and your notario and everybody else, but let them know, look, my name's on the bottom line. It's my money. I have to be 100% sure that everything is all up to date, all legit, and there will be no problems in the future. So there you go, guys. Sorry to rain on your Italian dream parade, but I think you'll find this useful. Also, don't forget, take our course. You're going to save a lot of headaches if you take our course. Look for the details down below this video. See you soon, guys.